Welcome, everybody, to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today. And this week sees the release of the horror anthology season, the first season, mind you, of Creepshow hitting store shelves, along with the HBO limited series Watchmen. Paramount Pictures is releasing a 40th anniversary edition of the 1980 romantic drama Urban Cowboy, and Universal is releasing a 4K edition of the shark-infested horror flick Jaws, plus much more. So let's go see the deals, exclusives, and we're at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. All right, everybody, we are in at Walmart here with this display for recent releases. Yeah, there's like this small display of releases, and they're all like Warner Brothers titles right here. But I'm actually only interested in one of the recent releases, and that is none other than the DVD of Watchmen right here. The HBO limited series right here for $9.96 on DVD, and that's actually a really great price, man. Really fantastic price for a like 9 episodes of Watchmen, which is basically they're all like an hour each. So you're getting like 9 hours of material here for $9.96. That's a great goddamn price, man. We interrupt this video with some breaking news. I screwed up. Okay, guys, yes, it's not uncommon for me to screw up from time to time, but this one, okay, the DVD version of Watchmen is not $9.96, it's $29.96. I made a little bit of an error, a little bit of a boo-boo. Technically, it's not even my screw up, guys. Okay, Walmart screwed up. They didn't exactly price it the right way on the display. So hey, I'm just going by what the goddamn thing says. Hey, I'm human. I make mistakes. It happens. I actually kind of wish I probably would have taken advantage of that, to be honest with you guys. I probably wish I would have went up to the electronics people and like, hey, it says $9.96, so I should get it for the listed price, right? I clearly didn't take advantage of it. I wasn't really thinking about that at the time. Stupid me. Again, I'm human. I do some duh moments from time to time, and that was definitely one of those duh moments. I truly apologize, guys. So, sorry for the screw up, but I just wanted to let you guys know that, hey, well, I'm not perfect. Back to the regularly scheduled program. Now, I got a chance to watch this on HBO. In fact, I got this sort of this limited like free trial thing from HBO because I really wanted to watch this series, and I thought to myself, well, shit, I really don't want to pay for HBO like month to month if I don't have to. So I was like, what can I really do? And I thought, well, let me just do a free trial of HBO. And that's what I did, man, and I'm so glad I did. Now, this is based off of the limited comic book series from the 80s by Alan Moore, and now this has no relation to the Watchmen movie done by Zack Snyder. It has no relation to that whatsoever. This is directly connected to the comic book series, and it takes place like a long time after that the comic book series ends, and things have sort of changed in sort of the Watchmen world. The cops are all wearing masks. These sort of racist, white supremacist vigilantes are using the Rorschach masks, and it's just sort of, we're in sort of this police state where like nobody trusts one another, and there's all these conspiracies, and these heroes now have almost become like villains in themselves. And you know, there's protests and there's anarchy all over the place, and all the while this is happening, there is a plot to perhaps save humanity, and in the process maybe doom it as well. it's very, very interesting, man. It's, you know, I love that comic book series, Watchmen, and I haven't watched it I haven't read it in years. And, but I remember when I read it years ago when I was younger, it really had a profound effect on me, man. It really honestly did. It was really just opened up my mind to a lot of different things in the world, and it was just such a wonderful, like, graphic novel comic book series. And I was both intrigued and worried about Watchmen because I didn't quite know what it was going to be or how they were going to pull it off exactly. Because there's a lot of things in sort of the comic book world that work in a comic book but doesn't exactly translate well on screen. But honestly, guys, this was absolutely amazing. Watchmen was so, man, it was incredibly riveting. It was powerful. The performances here are absolutely amazing. And after every episode, I literally had to watch the next episode. I literally binge watched this in a complete day. Like, it took me like 9 hours, but after every episode, I went back for the next one. I was hooked, dude. I was honestly hooked by this world and by all of these characters that have these very fascinating and interesting backstories of what they're doing now versus what they did then, and the connections to the other Watchmen people from the comic book series. People like the Comedian and Silk Spectre and Dr. Manhattan, Adrian Veidt, all of these people, even down to the incident with the octopus. And yes, that is in here, guys. They talk about all of the sort of repercussions of saving the world, supposedly, and sort of the after effects of the octopus attack and everything like that. I mean, it's all here, man. They do an amazing job, and wow, man, I gotta give this a lot of credit, dude. This was phenomenal, dude. I had my reservations. I'm not gonna lie. You hear that they're going to adapt the limited comic book series and sort of do sort of a sequel to the events of that, and you hear it and you're like, okay. And then you even hear, okay, well, it's produced by the guy from Lost who was a creator of that show. And look, I love Lost, okay? I do. I know a lot of you probably do crap on it, but I love Lost. But I think a lot of people are like, okay, it didn't end so well. It didn't answer the questions. It might have really limped along for some people. But I would say if you're hesitant on it, and if you love Watchmen, if you love all of the great, like, limited comic book stuff, if you like the world of Watchmen, if you love that Zack Snyder movie, give this a chance, because this is so amazing. And it really just blew my mind how awesome this was. And I can't say enough high things about this. It's got great fantasy elements, great real-life drama to it. The characters are really dynamic and well drawn out. Nobody is wasted here. No character or actor is wasted in any of their roles. Everybody feels like they're really participating and really getting their just desserts in this thing as a character and as a story arc. It's so well done, man. I just would have loved, like, 9 more hours to dive into this world. I was really happy and pleasantly surprised by this one, and I think you guys will as well. This was a gamble, man. This was a gamble to do, because this is such a beloved material. To try to pull this off is really difficult, but they did it, dude. They man, this thing blew my mind. And dude, this is one of the best sort of adaptations / sort of like TV sequels that I've ever seen in my life, dude. And I hope you guys give this a chance, because it's really phenomenal, man. It's really fantastic. Other than that, that's all I'm seeing here for that new release is the Watchmen stuff. But we'll see if they have anything else, man. I mean, I was actually surprised about Watchmen. I didn't think we were going to see that here, but go figure, man. All right. Let's see if they got anything else. And we are over in the new release section, guys, and no lie, there is nothing new over in the new release section this week here at this Walmart, dude. Yeah, it's the same old stuff, nothing new. I kind of figured we weren't going to see a lot. However, that being said, don't think it's all hopeless yet, because bam, right here, the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital of the 45th anniversary. God damn, man. 45 years, Jesus. Limited edition of Jaws for 1996. Very nice. I'm glad we actually got to see it here. And it comes with this sort of like, look at that, man. Kind of like the Jaws name in the shark's mouth. And like, it's like trying to eat the name. That's actually really cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I saw the cover and I wasn't impressed by it when it got announced. Like, I was looking at the image and I was like, nah, it doesn't really look that great. And then now seeing it in person with like that's actually really cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually pretty clever, man. Now, dude, Jaws is a classic, man. Okay, Jaws is like one of those great blockbuster classics that, you know, some of these old school movies, they tend to age really badly, right? Even stuff from like the 90s age really badly. But for some reason, Jaws, which was made in the 70s, still has a power over audiences, and still is a movie that you can watch to this day and still have the same effect that you got all those years ago. Not many movies can really accomplish that, and you got to give a lot of respect to Jaws for that, man, because it's almost in a class of its own. It really is, man, and the movie is phenomenal. I mean, I don't have to tell you guys much about it. You guys pretty much know Jaws, but it's just about this shark that terrorizes this sort of beach-going community, and it's sort of this group of people that are just trying to stop this shark at all costs. And, you know, the sort of difficulties and the killing that they have to deal with. I mean, it's a phenomenal movie, man. The acting here is great. Richard Dreyfuss is amazing here. Robert Shaw is fantastic, man. It's probably Robert Shaw's best performance. He's amazing in this role. Roy Scheider is great here. Steven Spielberg directed this thing fantastically. And, you know, it's so interesting because, you know, we talk about how effective this movie is with the shark, but the shark, like, barely fucking worked, man. Like, they wanted to show off the shark so much more, and the mechanical shark just was having so many issues and couldn't work, and it kept malfunctioning on them, and they were just like, well, fuck this, man. I mean, you know, we'll just do what we can. And they still managed to pull it off. And that just goes to show you that you don't need a huge budget, big effects to sort of make an effective movie. And I think that's why movies like Jaws still work to this day, because you still feel the brutality of the shark. You still are terrorized by it, even though you don't see it a lot of times. I think this movie really works, dude. It's just a really phenomenal movie, a really phenomenal horror movie, and the best damn shark movie out there, period. It really is phenomenal, guys. And I will say this much about Jaws. Kind of a really quick story here. That one of the very first like dates that my mother and father had was when they went to Jaws at the drive-in. I'm serious. One of the first ones. And here's a great thing. This is the only film that my father was ever terrified of. Like, no other horror film that he saw or anything ever scared him more than Jaws. And the one scene that got him, and my mother always talks about this, is they're watching the movie at the drive-in, and it's that underwater scene where the head, the sort of headless head there sort of pops up from the water, and it was just this scare that just sort of made him jump so much. I think it was just the music and the atmosphere and just how the head came out of the water, and he just freaked. And and it's surprising. So, my father was sort of this tough guy, person, but Jaws was the one that got him, dude. And for a lot of people, I think that was the same thing. Like, a lot of people didn't go back in the water for a long ass time because of this, and some people just avoided like toilets because it was just water, man. It's a great movie, dude. It's a fascinating film. It's well made, and it still holds up to this day, which not every movie you can really say about that, man. Really phenomenal. Great, great sort of lenticular there with the shark. Not bad, man. An absolute classic, man. If you don't own this already, it's got to look amazing in 4K. At least I would think Universal would do a great job. I mean, this is a top tier title. I'd hope they would, man. If you haven't, definitely give it a look, man. Not bad, man. At least we found one new thing. Let's see if there's anything else to give a look to. Da-da, 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 da-da. Oh, no. I needed to show this off, guys. There's one more thing here showing off, and that is the DVD of this Jaws 3 movie collection. Speaking of the Jaws love right here, it's got Jaws 2, Jaws 3, and Jaws the Revenge. God damn, man. Oh, boy. Okay, look, I said Jaws is a classic, and it is. And Jaws made a shitload of money, deservedly so. However, because of that, we got a hell of a lot of sequels because of it. And, man, and a lot of sort of diminishing returns, right? I mean, look, man, Jaws 2 is not terrible, right? I'll sort of give it a little bit of credit. You have some people coming back, Roy Scheider coming back, and some of the cast as well. Certainly not all of them, obviously, but a decent chunk of them. Jaws 2, Jaws 2 pales in comparison to Jaws, but it ain't bad. Jaws 3, I'm not a huge fan of Jaws 3, man. I mean, it's got its moments. I mean, it's kind of cool, man. I mean, you've got Dennis Quaid here and Louis Gossett Jr. So, I mean, you've got some pretty decent talent in this movie, but yeah, I didn't like Jaws 3. I mean, Jaws 3 was not as good as Jaws 2. And then, speaking of even worse, then you have Jaws the Revenge with Michael Caine and Mario Van Peebles. Fuck, I forgot Mario Van Peebles was even in this motherfucker, man. Jesus. This one is a real embarrassment for fans. It's not a very good movie, man. It's even worse than 2 and 3. Mind you, it's been so long since I've actually seen a lot of these sequels, man. I think it's been like, damn, it had to have been like maybe 15 or close to 20 years since I watched some of this stuff, man. And, I watched it because I love that first movie. And it's just the law of diminishing returns with a lot of sequels. And I'm not saying that's with all sequels, but come on, let's be honest here. These were cash grabs, dude. These were cash grabs. They were all like, hey, you love the first movie, come back for more sort of shark carnage. And I get it, because sharks are fascinating and shit, right? But each one got worse and worse and worse, man. I would suggest Jaws 2, kind of because, Roy Scheider's back, and it's got some interesting ideas. Jaws 3 is, geez, man, it's passable. Jaws Revenge, I definitely cannot recommend, man. I definitely cannot. I mean, it's interesting for Michael Caine to do, like the fourth film in the franchise, for Christ's sake, but yeah, it ain't that good, man. And wasn't there another Jaws sequel as well? Like, I could have sworn there was another Jaws sequel that technically was supposed to be a Jaws movie, but then it ended up not being exactly. Like, I slightly remember that, but it's been a really, really long time. I think there's like one more here that they definitely didn't put on this collection. But if you love Jaws, I would say the Jaws sequels are a curiosity at best, but are they really all that great of movies to have in the collection? I guess if you're a shark lover, sure, and if you just love the franchise in general, why the hell not? I mean, it's only $10 for Christ's sake. So I mean, you get 3 movies for $10. That ain't bad. But damn, man. Nothing will ever beat the original. I don't care how many Jaws sequels you do. It's kind of like lightning in a bottle. You can only catch it once, man. And trying to do it multiple times, you just can't perfect what was done that first time, dude. I give them credit for trying, but yeah, man, not really good ones at all, man. Definitely let me know what you guys think of Jaws 2, 3, Jaws Revenge, and the other Jaws film that is kind of like Voldemort. We shall not say its name. Definitely let me know, man. Very interesting franchise. When you go from such a big high, you're gonna go to some really bad lows, and Jaws is one of those franchises that definitely proves it. Well, not a lot to show off here, but more than I was actually expecting, guys. To be fair, I was expecting not much, and it kind of surprised me overall, man. Not too bad. All right, let's head out. Okay, no lie, guys, I was literally expecting nothing to show off this week. Like, I was literally, like, thinking to myself, okay, I'm gonna go to this Walmart that I usually go to, and they're going to have nothing. I mean, and you guys can understand why I'm saying that, right? Because quite honestly, like, there's a lot of times that we come in here and there is nothing to show off. Like, they literally don't have anything. So I'm like, oh my God, there's like no huge, major, big release that all the stores can carry. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell is this Walmart gonna carry, man? And surprisingly, this time around, they really did surprise me, dude. I mean, I was not expecting Jaws. I was not expecting Watchmen. I mean, a little goes a long way. And to be honest with you, physical media is slowing down a lot, man. I mean, it really is. And so a lot of these stores are really going to have to bring in certain stock of some of these like 4K re-releases, some of this TV show stuff, some of these sort of boutique label things to really pad out their shelves while physical media is on the low end. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, unfortunately, they're still out of a lot of stuff here, like all these like unique slipcovers and everything. Unfortunately, they're out of a lot of them, so they didn't like stock any of that stuff. But these stores are really going to have to look into some of these unique additions and releases, and it's nice to see that this Walmart is kind of starting to do that. I mean, we didn't see those Tom Cruise 4K editions at this Walmart, so I was kind of worried we weren't going to see things like Jaws or anything like that. But look, this surprised me in a big bad way, guys. It honestly did. So, like, I will take a little bit things like Jaws because at least it's an improvement. And like I said, it's baby steps, dude. It's small baby steps. Eventually, we'll get there at some point, guys. That you know, some of these stores are going to carry much more interesting releases than just the new releases alone. But very interesting for sure, man. Not bad. I mean, hey, I'll take what I can get. You know what I mean? Hope you enjoyed it. Let's head to the next location and see what we can find. All right, everybody. We are at our second location, Target. And, you know, it's really interesting because I was looking up some stats that I wanted to sort of check up on. Because a while back, I sort of told you guys that physical media sales were growing by a small percentage, but they were growing. Now I looked even further into it now that we're in June and the numbers from May are starting to come back in a little bit. And what I'm finding is that the growth is actually still continuing. Blu-ray and DVD sales are still up. Blu-ray and DVD players are still up as well. Those are growing in sales. They also talked about, I read this article that from year to year, the growth that we're seeing in DVD and Blu-ray sales is the best that they've seen in 7 years. Okay, that is phenomenal. That is absolutely amazing, guys. And why is that? I mean, if you really think about it, man, it's so tough because everybody talks about how, well, you know, the pandemic and it stopped so many things and people shouldn't go out and buy physical media right now and that stuff's not important. And partially they're right. They're not completely wrong. At the same time, I will also admit this. that entertainment is extremely important. You're stuck at home, you have nothing to do, and you can only sleep a certain amount of hours a day. You want to watch something, you want to be entertained, man. And yes, there is streaming, but we've talked about the difficulties of streaming, and trust me, I'll sort of touch upon it a little bit more at the end. But I think there's a certain amount of preservation in movies going on physical, and I think there's a lot of these newer releases that, once you pay $20 for a movie, right? It's yours. You now own it. You have a streaming site that says, "Oh, hey, you're paying $20 for Invisible Man," or uh, whatever stuff that's coming out, and oh, that's only for 24 hours. Oh shit, well now I have to pay another $20. What the fuck? Like, you're pissed. And so there's a certain level of exclusivity to physical media that streaming just can't do quite yet, man. And I think that really helps the market for physical. And look, I mean, I'm not gonna lie here, because I think, well, the article pretty much states that one of the things that has helped physical media is the fact that these stores have continued to keep the stock going and continue to keep these titles alive in the stores. And I've been saying it, is I think if the stores are putting out the physical media, and if people are shopping for their groceries or something, okay, we're looking for a little bit of, night's entertainment. What are we going to watch? And people go and check these titles out. I've always said, if it's kind of like Field of Dreams, right? If you build it, they will come. Well, if you put it on the shelves, they will fucking buy it, man. It's been proven. And I think during this pandemic, it's been proven even more. Yes, it's still very much a niche market, and it will always remain that, guys. That is never going to be in doubt. But I think this pandemic has opened up people's eyes of movies on physical disc that maybe they didn't really realize beforehand. It's very interesting, man. I want to know your opinion. And are you seeing the same thing that I'm seeing? Is people more interested in physical media, more interested in the market than ever before? It's a good thing. I don't know if this growth is going to last forever now that not as many releases are coming out, but for the time being, dude, I'll take it. I honestly will, dude. That definitely let me know, guys. As far as Target is concerned, man, this week is slow, dude. So I just don't know what we're going to see. But then again, I got really pleasantly surprised by Walmart. I wasn't expecting to see much there, so there's a possibility that we could be surprised. It is possible, man. So let's see if Target has anything in store for us this week. All right, guys, we are in a Target over here, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but they literally have nothing new this week at all. They have nothing new whatsoever, guys. I'm actually really shocked by that. They don't have anything. Nothing. They have all of the same old stuff, guys. All of the same thing, man. Yeah, nothing new whatsoever. Holy shit, man. Yeah, nothing new over there. I was hoping maybe the 4K section was going to have Jaws, but nothing. There's nothing new over here whatsoever, man. I mean, I'm seeing over here they have a Fast and Furious steelbook. Okay. Kind of really, really random. They have Batman Begins steelbook. Actually, not bad looking steelbook. They got that. They got a Dark Knight steelbook. It's pretty cool. They have all that stuff, but again, nothing else new whatsoever. All of the same stuff, man. Holy shit, dude. I was honestly, swear to God, man, I thought to myself, I was like, oh, well, the not so great Walmart that we go into, well, they're not going to have anything, and Target's going to have a lot of stuff. Yeah, no, guys. Like, seriously, there is nothing new whatsoever. Damn, man. That really fucking blows, dude. Holy shit. I'm sorry, guys, man. I mean, I wish I could show you guys a lot of stuff this week, or some of the stuff that Target may or may not have, but they don't even have anything. I mean, even over here, they really have nothing new. They have the Back to the Future trilogy, which is really cool. I love that, but it's been out for a while. John Wick Chapter 1 to 3. Pacific Steel, which is pretty cool. Also have Band of Brothers, but yeah, nothing else, man. Holy crap. Dude, this is really bad here. I mean, usually we see something, but here we're seeing nothing. Dude. This is pretty nuts when you see nothing over at Target. Yeah, rough week for these guys. Dude, like, what the hell? Like, Jesus, man, like, we can't get one new release this week at Target? I mean, I was thinking at least Jaws. I mean, maybe Watchmen because it was really popular, but something? Wow, man. Yeah, this is really rough. Yeah, this week when the not so great Walmart has better selection than usually the Target I go to, that's saying a lot, guys. That's saying quite a bit, man. Yeesh. Yeah, that's really rough, man. Really rough indeed. Well, let's put it this way. As far as next week is concerned, there's only one way to go, and that's up. Jeez, I hope so. Oh, boy. Yeah, well, Target seems to be a bust this week, guys. Sorry. Certainly out of my control. But let's hope we have better luck at the next place. All right, everybody. This has been a rough out and about this week. Not gonna lie, man. A couple releases to see over at Walmart. Then I'm thinking, hey, maybe Target will have something. And by the way, guys, I just want to let you know that I didn't just go to just one Walmart. I mean, just one Target. I went to 2 Targets, and they both had nothing. So I'm not going to be running around constantly trying to go to a Target for them to have something. If both of the Targets in my area, which by the way do a pretty decent job of carrying titles, if both of them don't have it, then I'm not going to chance going to other Targets and them not having anything either. So Target's a wash. So okay, so now we're at the second Walmart that we've usually been going to. I don't know what we're going to find here, man. I'm hoping maybe the couple of titles that we already saw over at the first Walmart, and maybe a few more. Good Lord, man. Somebody's got to have a little bit more, dude. Really? Okay. This has been the kind of out and about it is, guys. Well, let's just hope we can find something. Please? All right, everybody. We are in at this Walmart, and God help us, but I think we're going to be in good company this time around, because there's a lot of really interesting indie titles that I'm seeing over here, guys. Thank the friggin' Lord, man. And the first thing I'm seeing is they have a Comedy Dynamics original, Larry the Cable Guy, Remain Seated. Okay. Again, back to Get Her Done. Oh, boy. Honestly, I'm not really a big fan of Larry the Cable Guy. No lie, dude. I just don't find the guy funny, man. I know he sort of came up with a lot of those sort of like redneck style comedians, and it was sort of this big boom at the time, and Larry really took advantage of it. But I'm not really a fan of his style, and a lot of the stuff he's done has just been really lackluster. I hate to say it, so yeah, not really for me, man. My type of comedy is something like George Carlin, stuff like that. Larry the Cable Guy is not really me, but I mean, if you like him, fair enough. Hey, there's a DVD out there of a comedy special. Hey, enjoy, man. Next thing I'm seeing over here is they have 1914, The Western Front. Oh, I like that cover, actually. On the battlefields of World War I, many fought, few returned. Interesting. Like I said, the cover looks really great, man. Sort of this sort of World War I drama, war film. I love a good war movie. You guys know how much I really love a good war flick. But the problem is that there's so many war films technically that really come out every single year, and only a small few are actually really good. And there's not even many like World War I films. I mean, there's a ton of Vietnam ones, there's a ton of World War II ones, but not so much really for World War I. And I gotta tell you, the one I really love for World War I is definitely 1917. I thought 1917 was great. I don't know if this is on the level of 1917 because, 1917 had a big budget, it was a big blockbuster type of movie. You need a good sized budget in order to make a war film right. And is this going to be one of those? Not sure, man. I mean, the cover does look good, though. And if you're a war fan, maybe worth picking up. Then over here, I am seeing they have the Blackout. Invasion Earth. Who survives when the lights go out? Oh boy, the Black Invasion Earth. Okay. Someone or something is plunging humanity into darkness. The end comes for civilization. It will not be terrorism or nuclear war that caused it, but the blackout. An unexplained phenomenon has struck on Earth. Contact between victims. So it's actually kind of like a sci-fi flick meets sort of this war movie type of film. It's not a bad idea, sort of the idea of, some mysterious force and what's really going on here. Obviously, it probably must be aliens or some shit. I mean, come on, look at the cover, But it is kind of interesting. There is some good sci-fi war drama stuff that is low budget, so I think it's easier to do something like this than do something like a 1914 where it's big sprawling like World War action. Here you could pare it down but still be really effective. Cover's not bad though. Definitely let me know about this one. Then over here I'm seeing they have Robert the Bruce. With Angus McFadden, Anna Hutchinson, and Jared Harris. Looks interesting. Robert the Bruce. Not bad cover. He empowered a people and defied an empire. 8 years after the Battle of Falkirk and the fall of William Wallace. Oh, so this is actually, I have heard of this movie. This is actually the quote-unquote sort of sequel to Braveheart. Yeah, I have kind of heard about this movie. I knew it was coming out at some point, but I didn't know that it was coming out now. Yeah, I've heard about this. That's really tough, man, because honestly, no lie, guys, Braveheart's great, man. I love Braveheart. It's a really great, gritty film. Mel Gibson does a great goddamn job with that movie. It's touching and it's heartfelt, and I think it's really well done. Doing a sequel though, I don't know about this one, guys. I mean, when you watched Braveheart, did you think, oh geez, I really want a sequel to Braveheart? I never really thought about that. I mean, it's more of like a sequel in the character sense, more than actually obviously William Wallace coming back to life when he's got his like balls cut off or some shit. But I'm not really sure I would be interested in this one. Definitely let me know what you guys think of Robert the Bruce. Yeah, I'm kind of sketchy on this one. I mean, I like those type of movies. I like Braveheart quite a bit, but seeing a sequel to it though, Not sure about that one, man. Then I'm also seeing over here the Blu-ray DVD of Tokyo Godfathers. Very nice. You know, I have honestly, I know I've heard of Tokyo Godfathers, but I've never seen it. As you guys know, I'm not really an anime guy. I know I get a lot of crap from that. A lot of people really want me to get into anime, and I'm interested in a few things. Definitely, like Avatar: The Last Airbender is something I'm interested in, and a couple other ones. I've seen like the Animatrix shorts and everything, so I've seen those. A few other things, but man, there's so much stuff to watch out there that this would definitely be a commitment. I am interested to check it out, though. I always like showing off the whole like anime stuff to you guys, and the reason why is because I know a lot of you guys are really into it, and I'm not, but I realize that I'm sort of in a small minority. There's a lot of people who really enjoy it, so more power to you. I mean, definitely let me know about Tokyo Godfathers. A lot of special features. Looks interesting. Maybe you guys let me know if it's good or bad. I might give it a look. Then over here they have... Oh, shit, they have it. Oh, my God, I can't believe they have it. Urban Cowboy. Man. Holy shit, I can't believe they have it here. And actually, they have quite a lot of copies, too. Wow, man. Damn, is this thing a blast from the fucking past, man. You know, this is one of those movies, I'm not gonna lie, guys, that, like, my mother taped on VHS. She taped on VHS, like, years and years and years ago, and I watched this movie when I was a kid. This is one of those ones that, you know, really made me be a fan of John Travolta. I mean, a lot of people credit movies like Grease or Pulp Fiction. Look Who's Talking. I mean, there's other ones that they've definitely done, but Urban Cowboy, this is one of the ones that really got me into John Travolta, man. This is a great story of Bud, played by John Travolta, and, you know, he meets this girl that he really likes, Deborah Winger, and it's sort of their sort of romance and difficulties that they deal with, and, you know, all the complications with it. It's a really great, well done movie, dude. I love the romance between him and Deborah Winger. And Deborah Winger back in the day, man, she was like, oh man, she's still gorgeous, but she's absolutely beautiful here. She's tough and she's rough around the edges. And I really just really fell in love with her in a big bad way. John Travolta is really kind of smooth and gruff as Bud, and I gotta give a big shout out as well to Scott Glenn here, who plays sort of the bad guy of the piece, and he does an amazing job here. He is really intimidating in this movie. He's really awesome. You do not want to fuck with that guy, man. He is great, dude. He is fantastic. I love sort of the country music in this movie, and the country music. See, I'm not really a country music fan, but I have to admit, like, the stuff in this movie, I do like sort of the western country cowboy aspect to the movie. The romance is really fantastic here, and I think it's honestly one of these. I think it's one of these John Travolta movies that no one really talks about, man. Like I said, they're talking about all these other movies that you see from John Travolta. And look, John Travolta is not that great anymore like he used to be. I'll freely admit it, guys. But I'm going to say this, man. Back in the day, John Travolta was king. And Urban Cowboy is one of those movies that if you had not experienced that, definitely give it a go, man. I can't believe they have this. This is so awesome, man. And I know Paramount is putting out a lot of stuff. Like, they put out those Tom Cruise movies. They're putting out a lot of special editions of stuff coming in the future. And I'm so glad this got a lot of love. I know this is like the first time it's ever hitting on Blu-ray. It's the first time it's ever hit on the format. And I've only watched it on like sort of crappy VHS copies. But this is a treat, man. This is one I highly recommend, dude. If you like sort of country, cowboy style stuff, and in his prime John Travolta. Definitely give this one a look. And then over here I'm seeing they have, oh, another one of those wonderful Hallmark specials. When Calls the Heart, Finding Home, and A Moving Picture. How cute. How wonderful. Oh, brother. Look, man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a fan of these Hallmark movies, and it's not to knock any of you guys down who really enjoy them, because I know they're really great, wholesome movies for all the family to enjoy, and I know a lot of people really like a lot of the Hallmark stuff. You know, the sort of schmaltzy, sort of cutesy, sort of romantic Christmas type of Hallmark stuff never really interested me, man. I like a good romantic movie, but not if it's kind of too preachy or too in your face. And I kind of feel like the Hallmark ones are like that a lot of times. I mean, again, that's just my own opinion. I'm not a really big fan of them, but if you like them, why the hell not? I mean, might as well just grab onto it. I mean, they're already putting movies out for like Christmas time stuff. I'm like, dude, it's only June. Like, let's pump the brakes a little bit, shall we? Damn, man, I don't even think about snow yet. Shit. Then over here they have the Blu-ray digital of the limited series of Watchmen and the DVD as well. And I just want to say about Watchmen, because this show, as I told you guys earlier, is absolutely incredible. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful piece of storytelling that they do a really fantastic and vivid job on. But more than that, the movie is really powerful and has a lot to say about society, even more now than it did even last year. You know, with everything that's going on in the world right now, with the protests and the killings and the looting and the crooked cops and everything like that, you know, there's certain times when you watch something, it feels very relevant and to the times, and feels like it speaks to the moment. And Watchmen is one of those ones that really does. It really is one of these sort of shows that is a great eye-opener for what we're dealing with now, just sort of wrapped up in this sort of sci-fi fantastical universe world of Watchmen. It really is amazing, guys, and it really is a very powerful show. And you know, I urge you guys to give this one a look. I really honestly do. Now, the show sort of ends on, I don't want to say a cliffhanger exactly, but kind of like what could happen next. And there was a lot of fans who sort of went out of their way to be like, oh, when is season 2 coming? And Damon Lindelof had to come out and say, well, actually, no, guys, we're not doing a season 2. This is a limited show. And there's been a little pushback on that. And Damon has come out and said, well, look, I wouldn't be doing a season 2. You know, I sort of said all I wanted to say in the Watchmen world. And if someone else wants to take over the mantle and do it, they're more than welcome to. But I've sort of said what I said. You know, I said earlier that I could take another 9 episodes and really dive more into the Watchmen world. This is just that good. But I'll also kind of say, guys, that at the end of the day, though, too much of a good thing is a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the fact that it ends in this sort of note that, you know, what happens next, make it sort of up in your own mind. Or if they want to do another season 2 and do one like 10 or 15 years later, then I'm fine with that. But I don't need another season of the show. I thought it was really great, and it encapsulated the world of Watchmen so wonderfully that to sort of try to do another season and sort of tempt fate, that's tough, man. They did it with this, and they pulled it off really well. But to try to do another one, that's really pushing it, man. Like I said, I love this show so much. It's so wonderful. The acting is brilliant. The effects are brilliant. The storytelling is brilliant. And if you haven't dived into any of the Watchmen world, please do it, guys, because it has wonderful messages to it, very timely for the times that we're living in or have lived in, and I think it's just well done storytelling, and sometimes it's hard to find that, and this does it in spades, guys. Honestly, really well done, and a shitload of special features. By the way, there's a crap ton of special features here, man. They really do a good job in the special features department. So here's hoping eventually for more Watchmen, but I'm happy with what I got. I don't need any more, though. That's just me. Then over here I'm seeing they have the DVD of Pandemonium. Look at this cover. This is so interesting. This panda means business. Wait a minute, what? Is that supposed to be a panda mask? Dude, that looks like the most weirdest fucked up panda mask I've ever seen in my life. Look at that thing. Wow. Dude, that is not a panda mask. I'm sorry. That is something incredibly fucked up, but that certainly ain't no panda mask. Whoa. Yo, even more close up. Look at that thing. That thing is so freaky. What the fuck? The guys on level 6 like to work hard and party harder. That means the best champagne, finest drugs, and hottest women money can buy. Unfortunately for them, the strippers... The infamous Stripper Ripper. What a great name, dude, for a killer. The Stripper Ripper. Nice. An oversized panda mask and a chase for that dance. It's now strippers versus panda-headed serial killer. Dude, what in the hell is this, man? It's sort of like strippers versus killer who went to some weird fucking cosplay stuff and found like a cheapo panda mask at sort of like Party City or some shit. What in the... Dude, this is so weird. I gotta tell you, it's probably really cheapo. It probably is. But I'm not gonna lie with you, man. At the end of the day, though, I would really be interested in this. And the one reason I would be interested for it is this weird fucker in the weird panda mask. Like, I kind of want to know what this fucker is up to and what the fuck is his deal? This is so weird, dude. The Stripper Ripper. Ooh. Pandemonium, get it? Okay. This is an oddity for sure, guys. Yeesh. Then over here I'm seeing they have Witches in the Woods. Evil is waiting for them. Not a bad cover, actually. I like that with the crow and the people inside the crow. Not bad, man. It's a well-told story of betrayal. Yeah, you really don't need to do your studies. Fuck that, man. I mean, when you can snowboard, right? Jeez. After the sun has dipped in... becomes lost in the mountains, running out of gas. So it's literally like a movie about survival and betrayal and sort of suspicion turning on one another, but it's possibly also like they're getting like stalked by these witches as well. So it's kind of like a double thing, like they're getting stalked by the witches and the paranoia and survival as well. It's kind of like a double thing. That's interesting. Okay. It kind of looks really interesting, actually. Actually, it does. Kind of has a mysterious quality to it. What's actually out there? What are they getting stalked by? Actually, kind of interesting. Let me know what you guys think of Witches in the Woods. Then I'm also seeing they have, a Shudder exclusive, One Cut of the Dead. I like the cover, actually. Sort of the blood splatter cover with sort of the yellow. The best zombie comedy since Shaun of the Dead. Oh boy, you better deliver if you get that quote, because that's Shaun of the Dead is really fucking awesome. So you better deliver on that, man. Shit. One Cut of the Dead is an absolute blast. While shooting a low-budget zombie film in an abandoned warehouse. That sounds... One of the most entertaining zombie films ever made. Man, it seems like this movie's getting a lot of, like, love. I've never heard of One Cut of the Dead. It says it's wild, funny, and most surprising zombie movies of all time. I love a really good zombie movie. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a huge fan of zombie films. I've told you guys that multiple times. But I kind of feel like the zombie genre has sort of went off the rails for a while. Like, it's kind of gotten drunk and done some really weird shit. And not all of it has been good. I mean, occasionally there is some really good stuff out there, but it's very few and far between. There is exceptions, however. I mean, like I said, there's really good sort of indie zombie stuff that has come out from time to time. But I get a little bit hesitant because I'm just not sure how some of these zombie movies are going to be. I like the old school stuff, dude. I really do. Some of the new stuff is good. Zombieland, Shaun of the Dead, some of the, like, remake stuff like Dawn of the Dead and Night of the Living Dead is really good. But this looks interesting. It's sort of a foreign zombie film that has sort of, like, maybe, like, found footage mixed into it. Actually, it doesn't look half bad, honestly. One Cut of the Dead. If you guys know anything about it, let me know. Like I said, I love a really good zombie flick, but it's been a little bit of time since I saw something really good. So maybe this can actually, like, you know, fill my zombie loving needs. Let's hope. Then over here I'm seeing the Blu-ray of Star Trek short tracks and the DVD as well over here. Some interesting Star Trek love right here. I love the cover. The cover looks great, man. Nearly 3 hours of content, including over 50 minutes of special features. A lot can happen on a short track. Very nice. Star Trek Short Tracks brings fans of the Star Trek universe together on a thrilling exploration of the themes and characters we've come to love. Witness the Star Trek Discovery storyline expand with episodes. Oh, so it's just sort of added content for people who love Star Trek Discovery, like little short episodes of the series with some of the favorite people. You get a lot, actually. You get like 9 stories. That's actually not bad. I haven't seen any of Star Trek Discovery. I've seen a lot of promos for it and trailers, but I haven't seen a lot of, like, the actual show itself. I am interested in it because I really do like Star Trek a lot, but I've heard, like, mixed messaging on Star Trek Discovery. Some people really like it. Other people are really turned off by it and don't really consider it Star Trek. But you got to admit, like, the fan base is extremely loyal, and it's kind of cool that they do stuff like this for the fans, sort of little short episodes that are kind of like cool little things that fans can explore outside of the actual, like, series itself. I know like the original series did that a lot with, like, the animated show, and you know, I've seen, like, sort of Star Trek role-playing stuff and stuff they did in Vegas, and they always do sort of really unique things with the fan base. And this kind of looks like another one of those things, man. It looks kind of interesting. Again, I've never dived into Star Trek Discovery, and I'm kind of interested. And this is kind of like a cool, probably little way for people to kind of even get into it, too. Little short episodes for people to enjoy it. Not bad, actually. Not bad at all. And then I'm also seeing, on top of the wonderful Hallmark romantic stuff, well, of course we have to have a little Harlequin in our lives as well, guys, with Coming Home to You. Love is a journey. Aww. Well, you know, as much as I see some of the Hallmark stuff, I see a lot of these sort of Harlequin sort of novel turned into movies. And honestly, none of them really interest me. And And yes, I am a romance guy. You know, I do a lot of romantic stuff with my girlfriend. I'm a softie, I'm not gonna lie. But when I watch my movies, you know, I'm a kind of like a horror guy, a sci-fi guy. I'm not so much romance guy. It's not to say I don't love romance stuff. I love romance movies, but it's kind of certain romance movies that get to me more than others. Like I said, the schmaltzy, in-your-face stuff like this, not so much. But when we talk about stuff like Urban Cowboy, that has a really great romance in there, that's what I really like, man. But something like this, not so much, man. Well, on a road trip, Daphne and her godmother Fran get into an accident. Wanting to keep Fran off the road, Daphne enlists Matthew, their mechanic, be her fake boyfriend. But soon, their fake relationship isn't so fake after all. So it's one of those movies where, like, well, we'll pretend, and then they start to really fall for each other and love each other, and, you know, suddenly they're embracing, and suddenly the mechanic is working on her needs. Okay, that was bad, guys, but seriously, man, these movies are not for me, man. They're for some people, fair enough, but I certainly can't get into them. That's just my opinion. Then I'm seeing they have the DVD of the complete first season of Harley Quinn. Oh, I like that cover. It's really nice, man. I knew this was coming out. I have never actually seen the show. It kind of looks like this really interesting, sort of quirky, and seems like definitely mature sort of DC show. It's time to do it Harley's way. Harley Quinn finally breaks things off with the Joker once and for all. It's kind of like the Suicide Squad in a lot of ways, actually. You know, honestly, Harley Quinn has been blowing up huge. I mean, it's honestly, it's so interesting. I think Harley Quinn is one of those characters that has actually gotten more popular in recent years than when she started out in sort of the DC Comics world. Like, I'm not saying she surpasses like the Joker or anything in popularity, but it almost seems like she's gained a whole new appreciation and fan base, you know, because of Suicide Squad, because of Birds of Prey, and now with this sort of animated TV show. But I'm kind of glad that they put the mature audiences only, because a lot of little girls and people really do like Harley Quinn. They sort of see her as a strong female symbol for a lot of these little girls. And Harley Quinn is not really the most, like, little girl family friendly character you've ever met in your life. And so I'm kind of glad that they put mature audiences so that parents know that, yeah, maybe if somebody in their teens, but not little girls, man. Probably not for little girls at all. I mean, the animation kind of looks cool, and it kind of looks like sort of this naughty sort of take on in Harley Quinn's world, and the people around her, like Poison Ivy and Joker and Batman and everything, kind of looks like that. Kind of interesting, though. Like I said, I like Harley Quinn. I like the DC world. I've never heard of this one, though, but I don't mind a good animated show at times. Like, I watched a lot of them when I was a kid, but, you know, I know, like, Comedy Central does a lot of interesting stuff as well. So this doesn't look half bad, man. I would definitely have to look into this, but let me know your opinion on Harley Quinn, though. Then the only other thing I'm seeing, well, they have more Blue's Clues, but that has no interest in me whatsoever, guys, is they have the DVD digital of Rogue Warfare: The Hunt, No Soldier Left Behind, with Stephen Lang. Not bad. The second installment of the action-packed Rogue Warfare trilogy. Was there a first movie? Maybe I showed off the first movie a long time ago. I don't remember, man. It might have been really forgettable, so I just sort of showed it off and probably didn't even think twice about it after that. Stephen Lang is the president of the United States. Yeah, that badass motherfucker will take care of business as our president, damn it. He'll make sure those Navi pay, god damn it. Oh, wait a minute, I'm talking about a different movie. Sorry. Yeah, he's badass. He'll just take care of aliens and domestic and foreign terrorists abroad, because, you know, Stephen Lang is that badass. Of course he is, man. It looks okay. It looks a little kind of cheapo, though. But I do like a good sort of warfare movie. But I haven't seen the first one, so I don't really know if I have to watch the first one in order to watch the second one. Does it keep on a storyline? Huh? I have no idea, guys, so that doesn't let me know about that. Interesting. Rogue Warfare, The Hunt. Not bad, man. And one other thing to show off here, guys, is I'm seeing this small stand of Celebrate the 45th Anniversary of Jaws, and these are DVDs that are $5. But they have sort of the classic artwork on there. They have the Jaws classic artwork, which is, well, of course, absolutely iconic. They have that one. They have Jaws 2. I love that with their sort of... Oh, I love that. Oh my God, look behind you, bitch. Oh my God, he's about to eat you. I love that. You have the Jaws 3 cover. A deadly new attraction. Oh, very nice. Look at that. Oh, very cool. I like that one a lot. And then Jaws the Revenge as well. Oh yeah, because that little thing is really going to work against that fucker. Really. Oh, give me a break. So interesting. I love when they use the original artwork. It's so cool, man. I love that, man. This is so awesome, man. Jaws 2, Jaws 3, and Jaws the Revenge. Great artwork, dude. That is awesome. And all for $5. Not bad. So if you didn't like that sort of 3 set that I showed off earlier, they have this, which looks phenomenal, guys. That's really cool, dude. Very nice, man. And not bad this week for some of the releases here. I was hoping for a lot, and we finally got it here, man. So much really great stuff to show off this week over here. Finally. Oh, thank God, dude. Finally a place worth checking out. Well, gee. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, it took us a while, but we finally hit the friggin' jackpot, okay? It took a while, man, I'll tell you. But no, honestly, man, I mean, there was a lot of really interesting stuff that came out this week, and I just don't know why some of these other places aren't carrying them. I mean, we saw Zip Zilch over at Target. The first Walmart had actually a couple ones, and actually they did have that Jaws 4K that this Walmart does not have. And I have a feeling that they did have it, but it probably did sell out over here. So, you know, I have a feeling that not many Walmarts got a lot of copies in for that one, so it's probably one of those ones that if you find it, pick it up. That's one of those ones. But a lot of really great indie titles, some TV stuff, some interesting indies, some interesting Star Trek, Urban Cowboy. Like, there was great stuff this week overall. I mean, yes, it's slow because we don't have huge, massive new releases, but sometimes you can still find really great releases. It doesn't have to be a huge, big, blockbuster new release week to really get a lot out of a new sort of Tuesday release week, guys, honestly. But this was really good, guys. Really fantastic. Finally saw really a lot of great stuff, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's head home and finish the video. Okay, so I said that was it, right? We were going home. Okay, not exactly. We're not going home quite yet, guys. Because I noticed we still have not seen Creepshow, the TV series, and I want to try to see it. So I figured there's one place in my area that might actually have it, and that is none other than Soundgarden right here, guys. Now, Soundgarden is a very unique and very interesting indie sort of store. There's only 2 of them in North America, and one of them just happens to be right here, guys. So we are gonna go in. I'm gonna hopefully see Creepshow, the season 1 Blu-ray, and show it off for you guys. But I am very excited to show you some of what this place has. It's a little bit of a tease. I've been wanting to show it off for a little bit, but I'm now gonna get a chance to. So let's go in and see if they have a little Creepshow. All right, everybody, we are in a Soundgarden right here, and ooh, some really nice stuff over here, man. Some really nice movies that they have in this local store, man. But the one thing I definitely wanted to show you guys, and I knew they would have it, is the Shudder Original Series Season 1 Blu-ray of Creepshow. Well, here they have it for $27.99. Now, this is also a glow-in-the-dark cover as well, which is actually pretty cool. I've seen them do glow-in-the-dark covers before. They do stuff for, like, Dark Force Entertainment and, like various glow-in-the-dark stuff, but interesting that they did it for this. Now, I got a chance to watch this on Shudder. I actually ended up doing a like 30-day trial thing that I did. I did like a 30-day trial thing for Creepshow, and I wanted to check this thing out because I am a huge, massive fan of the original Creepshow right there. This wonderful Scream Factory release, man. That is awesome. And I wanted to sort of give this one a chance. Now, I really love Creepshow. Creepshow is absolutely fantastic. It's amazing. And I have to admit that Creepshow 2, even though it's not as good as Creepshow, I still really enjoy that. And it's kind of a shame that this show exists without George A. Romero around, because George Romero would love to have been a part of this show, man. He would have loved it. Unfortunately, he's not able to do it, but people like Greg Nicotero, who is a part of The Walking Dead, he's done KMB effects, he owns that stuff, and so he's a big fan of the horror genre, has done a lot of really great stuff for the genre as a whole, and it's interesting because basically what this is that it has, like, every episode has two tales in the show, right? So it's like they have one that's about 20 minutes long and the other is about 20 minutes long, and the episode itself is about 40-ish minutes long. And, you know, I did really enjoy this show. I thought the show was actually not half bad, guys. Like any horror anthology show, unfortunately, there's good episodes and there's bad episodes, there's good stories and there's bad stories. Overall, though, I thought the stories were actually really good. I enjoyed things like the story with, like, Bob, and I won't really say what that story is, but the Bob story I liked. I liked the one with the guy who spits out gold coins. I thought that was really cool. I liked the one about the lake monster as well. That one's not half bad. There were other ones that I thought were not as successful, like the whole thing with, like, the mortician and his wife. Not a big fan of that one. The werewolf story was kind of weak. I mean, there's tales that are really good here and tales that are not, but that's sort of horror anthologies for you in general. Horror anthologies, no horror anthology is absolutely perfect. Well, Creepshow is perfect, but not everything is completely 100% going to be great. There's going to be good and bad to it. I think this is a really solid horror anthology series. I really do. I mean, look, you have things like Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, my favorite being Tales from the Crypt. I really enjoy that quite a bit. I don't think Creepshow can really touch those exactly, this show, but I think they're just beginning. They're doing season 2. I can't wait to see what they actually do with it, because I'm actually think that they were kind of putting their feet in the water with season 1, what to do, what not to do. And it's in the same style as Creepshow. It really is. It sort of goes along with that sort of EC Comics look and what they really tried to accomplish. It's, you know, honestly, I think it's really fun. I think it's really gory. Like, there's some really great gory kills and a ton of blood and gore here. And I have to give it up to the actual, like, ghoul here, because you've seen him in Creepshow and Creepshow 2 and whatnot, and he in this show is kind of the master of ceremonies. He sort of comes in at the beginning of the stories and at the end of them, and kind of, you know, he kind of reminded me a little bit of the Creep Keeper. Of course, he doesn't talk, but he has that kind of, like, devious sense of humor. Creepshow has always been very unique and interesting. Stephen King, George A. Romero, and even though they're not involved in this, I think they did a really great job honoring Creepshow, the movie, and honoring the spirit of George A. Romero. And I thought it was honestly really well done, to be honest with you. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun, man. And I cannot wait for what season 2 brings. I definitely recommend Creepshow. You can actually get 30 days free of Shudder if you put in the code SHUTIN, and you can get 30 days free of Shudder. And give this a look, man, because it is really fantastic. Really well done. And yes, all the stories are not perfect and they don't always work, but they don't have to be, though. I think that's really well done. And I love that they use real practical effects. Yes, they use CGI, but like the werewolves are practical. That alien dog Bob is practical. The sort of master of ceremonies, ghoulish guy there, is practical as well. They do the sort of animation Creepshow style stuff as well. There's a lot of really great stuff here, man. I was so happy to check this thing out, and I definitely will be checking out Creepshow 2 when it comes, maybe next year. But this is a really fun one, and one that you guys should definitely give a look to. I definitely really enjoyed it, man, and not half bad. And guys, oh yeah, guys, there is a lot of really great stuff. I'm kind of teasing it a little bit. I may be back here in the future for a movie hunting video, but until then, definitely stay scared and check out Creepshow. Really cool place, man. This is a really fantastic and awesome place, guys. I've been kind of wanting to show you guys this place for a little while now, and I've been kind of talking to management, and I'm actually really close to maybe doing a movie hunting video here. And there is so many really great movies here, out of print titles, boutique label stuff, Screen Factory, Arrow Video, Criterion, all that jazz. The Blu-rays were over there. Some of the DVDs and everything are over here. Very nice. And a ton more stuff. Like I said, all of this stuff here. They've got movies over here as well. Here, this place is amazing, guys. Like I said, I knew they would have Creepshow Season 1 here, and I was hoping to see it at the other stores, but sometimes you have to go to some of these indie places to check out the media, and I'm damn glad that I did here, guys. Not half bad. Like I said, I wanted to go to one more place and see if I could film the Creepshow Season Blu-ray. I'm glad I did for you guys. Really great. Definitely get up on that, but this is really cool, and oh, look at this. This is really awesome here. Oh, nice. Like, they have so much really great stuff. I could literally be in here for hours just checking out the physical media, but I can't do that, not right now. But trust me, if you liked it, there may be more in the future. But in the meantime, I gave you a little bit of a taste. Hope you guys want more. Alright, not bad. Now, let's head home and finish the video. Alright, everybody. That'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week. And oh boy, man, talk about a crazy week that I have experienced by far, man, so far. And it's only Tuesday. Yeah, man. For starters, I had an incident at work, and that's why I got this thing in the middle of my forehead, and it's healing. It'll be gone by next week, guys. So it's all right. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna soldier on with the video, and then just all of the craziness that is going on in the world right now, dude. Curfews and riots and looting, and man, it's, sometimes you don't even recognize this world. I hate to say it, but that is the truth. But I still want to give entertainment to you guys. I still want to try to go out of my way to do the best I possibly can. And this was like a crazy running around, like, what's going on? You have one Walmart that is like, okay, there's a couple of releases that to show off. You go over to Target, and they don't have anything. I go to a second Target just to check things out, and they don't have anything as well. So like, okay, Target's out of the mix. Then we hit the jackpot over at the second Walmart. But then I'm like, okay, I didn't show off Creepshow. Nobody had Creepshow, which was really weird. I thought at least maybe the second Walmart would have it. They didn't. So I'm like, there's one place I can go that I know they probably will have it. And first of all, with Soundgarden, I want to say that uh, I was very close to doing a movie hunting video there before all this pandemic stuff went down. I want to just let you guys know that. I was talking to the main manager of that store, and we were kind of just talking about, hey, me doing a movie hunting video, really getting the word out on that place, and how much media they have to just cover, and we were talking about it, and everything was going good, and then this happened, and it just turned wonky and crazy, and I lost communication. They closed for a while. Now they're back, and I'm just now getting back in contact with people. But I wanted to give you just a little bit of taste of that place, and trust me, it is amazing. It's some place that I go to all the time. My friend John does, Van, Bob. We all go there. It's such an amazing place for physical media, an indie store that deserves a lot of love. So I showed you a little bit of tease. If you like it, hopefully there will definitely be more in the near future. Hopefully, but this was just a crazy week, man, of physical media. It didn't seem like a lot, but then you go to one of the stores and they have an abundance of an amount of stuff. And speaking of the second Walmart, I wanted to just point this out as well, guys. A lot of you have said in comment sections, oh well, they seem to be very comfortable with you filming. However, that's not entirely true either, and I'll kind of tell you guys the reason why. So I was filming, and after I was done filming one of the parts of the video, one guy comes up to me and he's like, well, we've gotten a few complaints about you. They're not quite sure what you're doing. And, and he was like, what are you doing exactly? And I explained my intentions. I explained what I was doing. I wasn't forceful with the guy. I was very calm and easygoing. And I said, you guys have a great selection here. You have some indie titles and releases that I can't find at the other Walmart that I go to. So I filmed there. And he's like, well, you can film here for now, but, I may come up to you in the future if it's not allowed, whatever. So I've been lucky to film there for as long as I've had right now, guys, because I know they don't really like that. They really frown upon it, unfortunately. Even though I'm doing nothing wrong, there will be people that will complain regardless, because we live in a very touchy world now, and somebody guy with a camera, that's they're wondering what my intentions are. Hopefully I can still film there, because I love that Walmart. There's so much really great release to show off, but it will be out of my control if it happens. Like I said, I'm gonna still chance fate, but right now is sort of up in the air. I knew it was gonna happen eventually. I kind of knew it, but it happens, guys. It honestly does, man. On top of that, Best Buy still isn't even open yet. They're still doing curbside pickup and some sort of consultation stuff in store, but they're not actually open for customers just regularly going into the store. Hopefully that'll happen in the next week or two. Hopefully, but that's another place that's still up in the air. So, oh my God, man, there's so much things that are going on here. Good Lord, man. Can't there ever just be an easygoing week? Really? Come on, man. Oh boy. So yes, my world is sort of topsy turvy right now. On top of editing a lot of other videos and watching a bunch of movies for pickups and still working 40 plus hours and taking care of my mother and blah blah blah. It's like, okay, man. So there's no rest for the weary by far, man. But I'm happy to do it. I love doing it. You guys just excite me to want to keep on doing this so much. So thank you so much, guys. Again, there was a decent amount of stuff that came out this week, more than I thought there was going to be. Definitely let me know what you guys picked up. As far as I'm concerned, oh my God, man, where the hell do I start here? Jeez. The first thing that I got was actually a package in the mail from Dark Force Entertainment. And wow, man. This is 4 Blu-rays. Okay, the first is actually a 80s movie that I really didn't know much about. It's sort of like this weird virus that changes people into this ravenous sort of creatures, and it's one of those titles that I think has been sort of sought after from people and didn't quite know if it was ever going to get a Blu-ray release, but Dark Force did, and I decided, I'm going to pull the trigger on this one, so I did. The other 3 are actually code red titles that are out of print. One happens to be a horror movie with Tia Carrera and Adam West. It kind of looked kind of fun. Another one with Wings Hauser, which is kind of like a zombie flick. And another Lucio Fulci title to add to the ever-growing Lucio Fulci library as well. All of these are out of print, but they went for really great prices on Dark Force, and I took advantage of it in a big bad way, guys. So 4 of these right here, 4 titles there. I also got a package in the mail from 88 Films over in the UK, and this is a title I've been eyeing for a little bit. I had it on pre-order. It finally came to my doorstep, and this is actually a movie directed by Lamberto Bava, and it's one of his very first horror movies. And it looks really fascinating, really interesting. I can't say I love all of the Italian horror flicks, but ever so often there's a movie that I really like, and I sort of pinpoint. I'm like, okay, this is something definitely for me, and this one looks a lot like it. So a new one from 88 Films that came to my doorstep. On top of that, I also got a package in the mail from Diabolic DVD. This is actually a Scream Factory Collector's Edition release that came out last month. It is a fantastic film. I fucking love this movie. It's cheesy as fuck. It is like vintage 90s. It's B-movie 90s. But yet it stars some really recognizable people. It's directed by an incredibly well-known and cult horror director. And this sequel I actually saw first before I ever saw the original. So this was one I never thought I'd have in the collection, especially like a collector's edition release of it. But I decided to pick this up in a big bad way. So I'm so happy to have this. So I got this. And that's not all, guys, because I also got a release over at Walmart. Yes, I got a title over there, man. This title, wow, man. This is a title that I grew up loving, man. This is a really fantastic movie that I love. It's a great story, great actors, great time period. And it's a movie that, again, just like the one that from Diabolic, I didn't think I was actually ever going to have in the collection. But when this got announced, I was like, okay, this has to be one I'm picking up, because I just don't know if this is ever going to get another release again. It's not that popular to really get another release, but I'm just sort of glad that it finally came out on Blu-ray, dude. So I got this. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 freaking titles, man. And we're only at the beginning of June. Lord help me, man. I am picking up so much stuff, dude. On top of a lot of stuff I know that's coming to the doorstep very soon as well. It's gonna be a great haul, dude, for June. Out of print titles, 80s, 90s, collectors, limited, retro stuff. Man, there's a lot of great titles that are coming out, and I am taking full advantage of it, trust me, guys. So this is going to be a good one by far. Definitely stay tuned to that one. I think you guys are really going to like it. Oh, yeah. Did I say that was the end of the pickups that I got? Actually, no, guys, because there's actually more that I got. And I got one more at Walmart. But this one, I'm actually going to show you guys. It's one of the first times I've actually really ever done it, but this one deserves to be shown off a little bit more. And that is none other than Jaws, the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital. Oh, look at that. Look at that wonderful thing. Let's open this sucker up, because I'm going to do a little bit of unboxing for you guys. Why not? You've been good little boys and girls, and I want to show off something for you guys on occasion. Of course, I've got my wonderful thing. And I'm always, by the way, I'm always really careful with like opening stuff up, because I figured to myself, I'm like, okay, I do not want to ruin the case. I'm very gentle with this stuff, dude. I don't know if you guys are, but I totally am, man. Let's open this sucker up here. Oh, let's open this. Look at that. Oh, so cool. Okay, so open this up, take this off right here. So again, all of the features are right there. And on the back side, we have the woman swimming right there, as she normally does. Of course, the wonderful, very great. Now, on the inside, you end up getting this wonderful, like, collector's book for Jaws, man. Really great. Of course, on the back side, she's like, ah! She's getting killed. Brutally killed. And on the inside, you have a lot of really great sort of pictures, artwork, even, like, pages from the script. Interesting, like blueprints and everything. Interesting other like pictures and the difficulty shooting and everything like that. So all of this stuff. So wow, man. This is a really nice booklet. So they do have that booklet on top of also the regular 4K there as well. Now, there is no artwork on the inside, so this is the artwork that you get with that as well. Of course, it also comes with a digital code, but I'm not gonna show that one to you guys. And on the inside, you get this artwork right here, 4K and Blu-ray. Nice, they're different artwork on both of them. Looks really nice, really great, dude. And again, the features are absolutely amazing here. The shark is still working, the impact and legacy of Jaws, the making of Jaws, Jaws the restoration, deleted scenes and outtakes from the set, storyboards, production photos, marketing, Jaws phenomenon, original theatrical trailer, a lot of really great stuff here. This is a really great release. It looks really phenomenal, and I already have my friend John, who already bought his version of Jaws, and he told me that this thing absolutely looks phenomenal in 4K. And I will also actually say, guys, that this is not the first time I've ever bought Jaws. Hold on a second, because I will definitely show you for a minute. Hold on. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. So this is actually the 100th anniversary collector's edition. Universal put out this sort of, a collector's edition of, 100 years of Universal films. And they put this out. Now, of course, you look and see the difference. This cover and this cover right here, this is definitely the more classic artwork. Of course, this is newer. I actually like both. It's actually pretty cool here. And on the inside as well, you had this here, and this actually is the Blu-ray, and on the back is actually the DVD. And this has a lot of the same sort of like script stuff and everything. So it's actually, this is almost on the inside here on this sort of digibook is actually the same booklet you get inside of here. So it's not really anything different exactly. It's the same sort of artwork. It's the same sort of like storyboards and an introduction. And in fact, I was noticing, because it even has, like I said, the same storyboard stuff. And yeah, it has a lot of the same stuff as this. Now, interestingly enough, I was kind of looking at the special features here because Shark is still working, the impact and legacy of Jaws, the making of Jaws, the restoration, deleted scenes, a phenomenon from the set. You actually get pretty much the same special features from the 4K and the Blu-ray digibook. Now, I love this movie. Okay, I think this movie is absolutely fucking classic. All right, guys. Now, there's not many movies that I honestly own multiple copies of. Okay? And eventually one of these days when I do my Blu-ray collection video, and let me know if you guys are definitely interested in that, because if enough of you guys are, I will do it. If not a lot of you guys are interested in it, then I won't do it. But definitely let me know. But you'll notice when I eventually do that collection video that there is only a few movies that I own multiple copies of. And now add Jaws to the list. I love both of these. This looks really fantastic. This great one, which is, by the way, out of print. You cannot get this on the market and anymore. You're going to pay probably good sized money on eBay for it. And this, which, by the way, I have a feeling that this 4K is going to eventually down the line be out of print as well. Jaws is one of these titles that's going to come on every single format, man. If there's eventually an 8K format or a 12K format or a hologram format, whatever, it's going to come on that format because it's just that popular of a title, man. In fact, truth be told, I was actually at the second Walmart, okay? I was at the second Walmart, and there was this really older guy, and he's looking at all of the movies and everything, all the sections, and he's getting very agitated. And he asked one of the employees, and they're like, well, if it was here, it would be here, and he looked really frustrated. And I asked him, I said, by any chance, are you looking for Jaws on 4K? And he's like, yeah. They said they have it, but they don't have it here. And I said, oh yeah, there's another Walmart that has it. And I pointed out, and he's like, are you sure? I said, well, I kind of go and do stuff for like out and about every single week. I think I know what I'm talking about. So he like scrammed. He went. So I'm assuming he got one. So yeah, it's just one of those popular titles, man, that people just really, really eat up. No pun intended. And it's just a great movie overall. So it's nice to have one out of print Jaws one, and eventually perhaps another one as well. Blu-ray or 4K, it's gonna look phenomenal by far, guys. So not bad releases if you love Jaws. And before I let you guys go, one more thing to talk about, and I kind of hinted at it earlier in the video, and I kind of want to talk about HBO Max. I kind of want to dive into that because HBO Max recently started, and they recently came out and everything, and there was a lot of hype over HBO Max, and there was a lot of anticipation for it. Yet another streaming service to come out, but HBO Max ended up really blundering their release quite a bit, man. Now, the reason why, and I'll kind of touch upon a few points. One is that HBO Max is not available on Roku and is not available on the Amazon Fire Stick. Those are two strikes against it as well. And on top of that, HBO Max is not in the UK right now. And there's actually been talk that most likely HBO Max is not even going to come to the UK until 5 years from now. I don't know how accurate that is and everything, but there's talk of that because of certain rights issues with certain films that HBO wants in the UK that they can't quite get yet, and those don't expire for many, many years. So they're just going to have to just hold their breath and wait until those are available. On top of that, there is no 4K content on HBO Max, and also, if you really think about it, on top of HBO Max that is out there, you also have a lot of the other streaming stuff that they have. Like they also have HBO Go and I think one other streaming thing as well. So all of those are still in play as well with HBO Max, it's also $14.99. Now, mind you, you get a lot of really great stuff with $14.99, but at the same time, it is a lot of that stuff you can rent on Amazon Prime, and a lot of that stuff is already has physical media releases that you can check out, whether it's Friends or other stuff. Those are all on disc. That once you pay for it, you pay for it. It's yours. You don't need to have the streaming service there just to sit there collecting dust and just wasting money in your wallet. You really don't. And I think this is a problem with a lot of streaming services, and not just HBO Max, man. I think it's the same way with Disney Plus. Because, okay, we're all anticipating Justice League, right? That's not until sometime in 2021. We're only in June of 2020. I mean, do you want to pay $14.99, every single month for this, and then eventually whenever Justice League comes, you'll consider all the money that you spent worth it at that point? Or even think about this, guys. Do you think that $14.99 is going to stick? That it's not going to go up within a year's time? And the way I say that is because there's putting a lot of money into Zack Snyder's Justice League. They're having to pay for a lot of rights issues to certain films. Previous stuff from 20th Century Fox that's kind of tied up in legal stuff within the UK that they just can't quite get yet. On top of that, they still don't have any 4K content. 4K content costs money. At the same time, they have to pay for all these other expenses. That price could go up at this point. It could possibly do it. On top of that, you see something like Disney Plus, and okay, they started out with The Mandalorian. Okay, season 1 of The Mandalorian. Great, awesome. What else you got? Like, what other new content do you have that I can't get on physical? What other content? Well, we don't have anything else right now. Oh, okay. I mean, mind you, the Marvel stuff is kind of filming, but we might not get that until next year. Mandalorian season 2 we're waiting on. I mean, say what you will about digital, right? But I look at a streaming site like Netflix. And Netflix gets a lot of shit, and rightfully so. But Netflix, in a lot of ways, has much more brand new content that you can depend on month in and month out. You know you're going to get that stuff. You know that it's there, it's constant. Stuff that you can't get on physical, you can only get through streaming. And it offers a wide variety. Yes, Disney Plus does, but after a while, you kind of get kind of bored with the stuff on Disney Plus. You're waiting for new content to come, and it's just not happening fast enough, and you're still paying that money. And the same thing is going to happen with HBO Max. And they have to really find ways to keep you invested and interested. But as I've said, guys, that's why I think physical is starting to really still enter more into the consumer consciousness, because I think they look and they say, oh, if I buy, let's just say whatever, if I buy, Avengers Age of Ultron, right? Okay, I bought it for, let's say, $20. I now can watch this any goddamn time I please, man. I don't have to continue to keep on paying Disney constantly for this one. I have it, I own it, it's mine, and no one can take that away. Unless you have sort of a vengeful ex-girlfriend or a friend that really, really hates you and wants to have revenge on you and really take out your physical media collection. However, if that happens, boy, there's going to be a throwdown. I'm just saying, man. But that's what I'm saying, though, guys, is that there's a certain dependability to physical that streaming just will never carry. And here's another thing very interesting that I wanted to say, because I was recently on the Shudder streaming site, and I was streaming Creepshow season 1, as I was talking to you guys about that I did. And after a certain amount of episodes of Creepshow, I ended up getting a warning on my TV, which I had never gotten before. And the warning was about the idea of how much like sort of Wi-Fi and energy that I'm taking up with streaming, and that I can only do a certain amount more of streaming until I won't be able to, because I won't have enough. I just won't have enough capability to keep it going. That basically it took up all of the energy of the Wi-Fi for that particular month, that I can't that that I'm almost limited to my streaming capability, and that I'll have to go down to standard definition. And it's very interesting, man, because talking about, like, your capability on streaming, and certain ones that are in more high def and more clarity, and the fact that it takes up more space, and that you're only limited to a certain amount per month, and the quality could die down, and there's a lot of things. I mean, streaming is not as easy and simple and as and and as like the best thing possible. It's it's still limited in so many ways, man. And before people really go and say streaming is going to be the be all end all, and before people say streaming is going to be the thing that's going to carry into the future, weigh the positive and the negative, and really look at those aspects and say, can a physical copy really, really be turned to ash, really go the way of the dinosaur over streaming? And I just don't see it yet. Maybe in 5 years that will change. It's possible. But for now, guys, I'm telling you, streaming sites like HBO Max and Disney Plus, not only are they taking up a lot of streaming capability, even like something like Shudder, they also don't have the kind of variety that you can only get on streaming right now, that would really make it worth the money out of your pocket, your hard-earned money. That's why physical continues to this day to be, to me, the be-all end-all of watching your movies. Because once you buy it once, yes, sometimes, collectors like me, look, man, we'll buy multiple copies of shit. Okay, we'll just do it. We're gluttons for punishment. But most people, if they only buy it once, they have it, and that's what they have. And I do that most of the time myself. So weigh the options, guys, and really look at the good and bad before you really commit to spending your hard-earned money, because I don't want to see you guys waste your dollar bills, man. We're living in a world now with so much uncertainty that you really can't afford to waste your money. And when it comes to streaming, you gotta look at all the angles, man. You really do. That's just my thoughts, guys. I mean, definitely let me know what you think on that. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely let me know. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray and DVD Tuesday videos I do. Check out the movie hunting videos, the pickups, theatrical movie reviews, so much more. If you guys enjoy movies and physical media, hit subscribe and become a part of the Film Fan Nation. Thank you guys so much for your support, liking the videos, commenting, give me great feedback. I really appreciate it so much. You guys are always in my thoughts. And you give me the love, and hopefully I give the love right back to you. So if you love what I do, definitely hit subscribe and be a part of the Film Fan Nation. Keep up to date with everything I'm doing through Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Film Fan 108. Keep up to date with everything I'm doing, plus special pictures and videos I do from time to time on social media as well. And one last thing, guys, and that's it. Swear to God, I want to say that the Film Fan Nation grew by one this past weekend. My dear friend John and his girlfriend welcomed a baby girl into this world, a happy and healthy baby girl. Everyone seems to be very good and very healthy and doing quite well. And congratulations to him and his girlfriend. It's great to have another wonderful human being in this world, and hopefully she will be definitely getting a schooling on some good movies from him in the near future. So great to have her in this world, guys. So I will see you back next time for a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video. Take care, everybody, and happy hunting.